There is a dangerous lie that has settled into the hearts of many. A lie wrapped in good intentions, disguised as virtue, passed from one generation to the next as though it were a commandment written in stone. That lie is this: that you must be kind to everyone, no matter what. That you must open your arms to all, extend your heart without question, and welcome every soul with the same warmth, whether they come in peace or with poison on their lips. But I tell you, kindness without wisdom is not righteousness. It is a gateway for destruction. It is an open door for those who seek to corrupt, to manipulate, to drain the very spirit from within you. It is not love, it is not strength, it is weakness in disguise. And weakness, when entertained too long, will invite ruin. Now, let me ask you, how many times have you bent over backward for those who did nothing but take? How many times have you stood in the fire for people who would not lift a finger to pull you from the flames? You have confused kindness with obedience, mistaken compassion for submission, and in doing so you have left yourself vulnerable to the wolves that move among the sheep. You have been taught to love, but not to discern. You have been told to forgive, but not to guard your heart. And that, my friend, is why so many walk in chains, bound by the weight of relationships that were never meant to be carried. And so I say to you, stop being kind to everyone. Stop offering your time, your energy, your spirit to those who take it for granted. Stop allowing the enemy to use your goodness against you. It is time to open your eyes, to see clearly, to understand that not all who come to you in need are truly in need. Some come to drain you. Some come to break you. Some come to pull you into darkness, disguised as friends, as lovers, as family, as brethren. But their hearts are far from the truth, and their ways are not of righteousness. There is a time for kindness, and there is a time for strength. There is a time to give, and there is a time to say no more. There is a time to open your door, and a time to bolt it shut. The wise do not cast their pearls before swine. The discerning do not walk into the trap set before them. So why, then, do so many of you continue to pour into the ungrateful? Why do you continue to feed those who bite the hand that blesses them? You call it kindness, but it is not kindness. It is self-destruction. Too many of you have been deceived into thinking that love means allowing yourself to be used, that kindness means tolerating wickedness, that goodness means never saying no. But true love is not blind. True kindness does not lead to ruin. True goodness does not demand that you allow yourself to be mistreated in the name of virtue. The moment you begin to understand this, the chains will fall from your spirit, and you will walk in a freedom you have never known. The truth is, not everyone deserves your kindness. Not everyone is worthy of your patience. Not everyone should have access to your heart. And if you do not learn this, if you do not take this to heart, then you will continue to find yourself burdened, weary, and broken by people who were never meant to be in your life to begin with. You must learn to discern. You must learn to see people for who they are, not who you wish them to be. You must learn that some souls come to you as a test, not as a blessing, and you must learn to walk away. There is no virtue in being a doormat. There is no righteousness in allowing the wicked to take advantage of your goodness. There is no holiness in being led like a lamb to the slaughter by those who have no love for you. Kindness must have boundaries. Love must have discernment. Mercy must be balanced with wisdom. For if you do not protect what is sacred, if you do not guard what is good, then you will lose it. And once it is lost, once your spirit is drained, once your fire has been extinguished, who then will you help? How then will you serve? Stop believing that being kind to everyone is the answer. It is not. Kindness is a gift, and not all are worthy to receive it. Some will trample upon it. Some will take and never return. Some will smile in your face while plotting your downfall. And if you do not wake up, if you do not see the truth, you will continue to suffer at the hands of those who have no intention of doing good wisdom with wisdom, love with discernment, give with understanding, and above all, do not let the enemy use your kindness as a weapon against you. Too often, people mistake kindness for unlimited tolerance, as if virtue means making yourself a vessel for others to drain at will. But this is not wisdom, this is not love, this is not the way you were meant to live. When you pour yourself out for those who have no intention of pouring back, you are not practicing righteousness, you are volunteering for your own destruction. And how many have suffered because of this? How many have watched their joy erode, their energy deplete, their spirit wither under the weight of relationships they should have severed long ago? The world will tell you that kindness is a never-ending offering, that you must stretch yourself beyond your breaking point, that you must endure mistreatment with a smile because it is the right thing to do. But let me ask you, where does that idea come from? Does it come from truth, or does it come from those who benefit from your exhaustion? Does it come from wisdom, or does it come from those who manipulate you into servitude under the disguise of love? Because make no mistake, there are people who thrive on your self-sacrifice, people who will call your name only when they need something, people who will accept your kindness today and mock your generosity tomorrow. And if you do not recognize them, if you do not set boundaries, you will find yourself emptied, wasted, and wondering why no one is there for you when you are the one in need. It is a painful truth, but truth nonetheless. Not everyone is meant to be in your life. Not everyone who asks for your time deserves it. Not everyone who seeks your help should receive it. And it is not cruelty to acknowledge this. It is wisdom. For if you continue to give freely to those who abuse your generosity, you will not only hurt yourself, but you will also waste the gifts you were given. And tell me, what purpose does that serve? How does it help the world if the ones who are meant to shine brightest allow themselves to be dimmed by the ungrateful? How does it fulfill the call on your life if you let leeches attach themselves to your spirit until there is nothing left of you? If you give water to those who poison the well, do not be surprised when there is nothing left to drink. If you continue to hand out your energy to those who only drain, do not be shocked when you wake up one day with nothing left to give. And the worst part, those very same people you exhausted yourself for, they will not be there for you. They will not refill what they have taken. They will not lift you up when you fall, because they were never there for you to begin with. They were there for what you could provide. It is time to wake up. It is time to stop living under the illusion that kindness is owed to everyone. It is time to stop believing that being a good person means never saying no, because the truth is, the stronger you become, the more you will be tested. The more you grow, the more you will attract those who want to take advantage of that growth. And if you do not recognize this, if you do not prepare yourself, you will fall into the very trap that has captured so many before you. You were not put on this earth to be drained by others. You were not created to be used, discarded, and forgotten. You have been given a purpose, a calling, a fire within you that is meant to burn bright. And yet so many of you have allowed that fire to dim, not because you lack strength, not because you lack passion, but because you have spent your energy on those who never deserved it. There is nothing wrong with saying no. There is nothing wrong with setting boundaries. There is nothing wrong with walking away from relationships that bring nothing but suffering. It is not cruelty to remove toxic people from your life. It is not unkind to protect your peace. It is not selfish to guard your spirit from those who only seek to harm it. Because if you do not take control, if you do not recognize the dangers of unchecked kindness, you will be left with nothing but regret. The world will tell you otherwise. The world will tell you that you must keep giving, that you must keep forgiving, that you must keep offering yourself, even when it costs you everything. But I am here to tell you that wisdom does not demand endless sacrifice. Wisdom does not require you to allow yourself to be mistreated in the name of goodness. Wisdom tells you that there is a time to give and a time to withhold, a time to welcome and a time to walk away, a time to open your hands and a time to close them. And if you ignore that, if you continue to believe that kindness without wisdom is the answer, you will find yourself broken, lost, and wondering why your efforts never brought you the peace you were seeking. Think about the people in your life. Think about those you have poured into. Are they people who cherish your kindness? Are they people who respect your generosity? Are they people who would do the same for you? Or are they the ones who only take, who only demand, who only appear when they have something to gain? Because if you are surrounded by takers, by manipulators, by those who see your kindness as a weakness to be exploited, then you must make a choice. You must decide whether you will continue to be used or whether you will rise up and reclaim what is yours. Kindness is meant to be a blessing, not a burden. It is meant to be given wisely, not foolishly. It is meant to uplift, not destroy. And if you have been living under the weight of false kindness, if you have been giving to the undeserving, if you have been sacrificing yourself for those who do not value you, then it is time to change. It is time to wake up. It is time to stop being kind to everyone. Let go of the ones who do not appreciate you. Release yourself from the chains of toxic relationships. Walk away from those who only seek to drain your spirit. Because the truth is, not everyone is meant to receive your kindness. And when you finally understand that, when you finally take hold of this truth, you will find freedom, you will find peace, you will find strength you never knew you had, and you will finally become the person you were always meant to be. There is a danger in believing that kindness must be unconditional, that you are obligated to extend your heart, your time, your energy to everyone who crosses your path. It is a dangerous belief, not because kindness itself is wrong, but because it is often given to those who abuse it, to those who see it as weakness, to those who have no intention of returning it. And yet, so many continue down this path, convinced that they must always be available, always be accommodating, always be the one to bear the burdens of others, even at the cost of their own well-being. Look around you. How many people do you know who are exhausted, not from the demands of life itself, but from the weight of carrying those who were never meant to be carried? How many have allowed themselves to be depleted by relationships that offer them nothing in return? How many have mistaken self-sacrifice for love and servitude for kindness? They call it compassion, but in reality it is a slow form of destruction. What good is kindness when it leaves you broken? What good is generosity when it drains you of everything you have? What good is selflessness when it is met with ingratitude, when it only serves to fuel the selfishness of others? There is a difference between being kind and being wise. There is a difference between loving others and allowing yourself to be used. And if you do not understand this, if you do not begin to discern the difference, then you will spend your life pouring from an empty cup, wondering why no one is there to refill it. Not everyone deserves your kindness. Not everyone is worthy of your love. That is a truth many refuse to accept because it seems harsh, because it does not fit the narrative they have been taught. But the truth does not change simply because it is uncomfortable. The truth does not bend simply because it is inconvenient. The truth stands firm, whether you choose to accept it or not. There are people in your life right now who do not love you, who do not value you, who do not appreciate you. They stay because of what they can take, not because of what they can give. They smile in your face while taking advantage of your kindness, while manipulating your good nature, while ensuring that they always benefit from your presence without ever having to give anything in return. And yet, you continue to extend yourself for them. You continue to sacrifice for them. You continue to be kind to them, as if your kindness will somehow transform their hearts, as if your patience will somehow open their eyes. But let me tell you something. Some hearts will never change. Some people will never see your worth, no matter how much you do for them. Some will take and take until there is nothing left of you, and even then they will walk away without a second thought, without a shred of remorse, without any regard for the damage they have done. And if you do not recognize this, if you do not learn to protect yourself, you will become one of the many who have given everything and received nothing in return. There is no virtue in allowing yourself to be used. There is no righteousness in becoming a doormat for those who do not respect you. There is no honor in giving to those who only take. And yet so many live this way, convinced that they are doing the right thing, convinced that their suffering is a sign of their goodness. But suffering is not proof of righteousness. Pain is not proof of holiness. If anything, allowing yourself to be mistreated in the name of kindness is proof only of misplaced priorities. You were not created to be at the mercy of others. You were not put on this earth to be drained, to be manipulated, to be left empty and broken by those who do not care for you. You have a purpose, a calling, a destiny that requires strength, that requires wisdom, that requires discernment. And if you continue to allow others to take advantage of you, if you continue to believe that kindness must be given without question, then you will never fulfill the potential that was placed inside you. There is nothing wrong with saying no. There is nothing wrong with walking away from those who do not value you. There is nothing wrong with protecting yourself from those who only seek to use you. It is not cruelty to set boundaries. It is not unkind to demand respect. It is not selfish to guard your heart against those who would trample it. And yet so many hesitate to do these things, fearing that they will be seen as unloving, as harsh, as uncaring. But let me tell you this. The only people who will call you selfish for setting boundaries are the ones who benefited from your lack of them. The only ones who will call you unkind for saying no are the ones who took advantage of your willingness to always say yes. The only ones who will accuse you of being heartless are the ones who have no intention of ever treating your heart with care. There is a reason why you feel exhausted. There is a reason why you feel unappreciated. There is a reason why you feel as though no matter how much you do, it is never enough. And that reason is simple. You have given too much to those who were never meant to receive it. You have allowed people into your life who were never meant to stay. You have tolerated behavior that should have been cut off long ago. And the longer you continue down this path, the more it will cost you. Some of you are holding on to toxic relationships because you believe that letting go would make you a bad person. Some of you are continuing to give to people who have proven time and time again that they do not deserve your kindness. Some of you are pouring into friendships, into family members, into partners who do nothing but drain you because you have convinced yourself that this is what love looks like. But love without wisdom is not love. Kindness without discernment is not kindness. Giving without boundaries is not generosity. It is self-sabotage. And if you do not learn to recognize the difference, if you do not learn to protect yourself, then you will spend your life being emptied by those who have no intention of ever pouring back into you. You must learn to be selective with your kindness. You must learn that not everyone who asks for your help should receive it. You must learn that not everyone who seeks your time deserves it. And you must learn that walking away is sometimes the most loving thing you can do, not just for yourself, but for the other person as well. Because when you continue to enable selfishness, when you continue to reward bad behavior, when you continue to give to those who only take, you are not helping them, you are harming them. You are teaching them that they can mistreat others without consequence. You are reinforcing their selfishness. You are allowing them to continue in their ways without ever being held accountable. And so, the next time you feel guilty for saying no, the next time you hesitate to walk away from a toxic relationship, the next time you question whether you are doing the right thing by setting boundaries, remember this: kindness without wisdom is not kindness at all. Love without discernment is not love. And self-sacrifice for those who do not appreciate it is not virtue. It is foolishness. You were created for more than this. You were made to shine, to thrive, to walk in strength and purpose. But you will never do so as long as you continue to pour into the wrong people. You will never reach your full potential as long as you continue to waste your energy on those who have no intention of valuing it. You will never find the peace, the fulfillment, the joy that you were meant to have if you do not learn to protect yourself from those who only seek to take advantage of your kindness. It is time to wake up. It is time to see the truth. It is time to stop being kind to everyone. There comes a point when you must look at your life and ask yourself, who am I giving my time, my energy, my kindness to? Are they people who uplift me, who cherish me, who would do for me what I have done for them? Or are they people who only take, who see my kindness as an opportunity to get what they want without ever giving anything back? Because if you are constantly exhausted, if you feel unappreciated, if you wonder why you are always the one making the sacrifices while others reap the benefits, then it is time to reevaluate. Some people will take advantage of you for as long as you let them. They will smile in your face while taking everything you have. They will make you believe that you are obligated to help them, obligated to be there for them, obligated to carry their burdens as if they were your own. And when you finally reach the point of exhaustion, when you finally have nothing left to give, they will move on to the next person without a second thought. And you will be left wondering why. After all you did, after all the times you sacrificed, you are the one sitting in the darkness alone. This is the reality of unchecked kindness. This is what happens when you believe that being good means always saying yes. This is what happens when you think love means tolerating abuse, that patience means allowing yourself to be mistreated, that selflessness means ignoring your own needs until you have nothing left. And yet, so many have been deceived into believing that this is the path of righteousness. They say, be kind to everyone. But what they don't tell you is that kindness without discernment will destroy you. They say, give without expecting anything in return. But what they don't tell you is that when you give to the wrong people, you are not being generous, you are being used. They say, forgive and forget. But what they don't tell you is that some people take your forgiveness as a sign that they can hurt you again. There is a reason you feel drained. There is a reason you feel like no one truly values you. There is a reason you feel as though you are pouring into others but receiving nothing in return. And that reason is not because you are not good enough, not because you are unworthy of love, not because you are not trying hard enough. The reason is because you have been giving to the wrong people. You have allowed people into your life who do not deserve you. You have confused kindness with blind obedience. And if you do not open your eyes, if you do not begin to guard your heart, if you do not start to be wise about who you give your time and energy to, then you will continue to find yourself in this cycle. You will continue to be drained. You will continue to feel unappreciated. You will continue to be used by those who see you as nothing more than an opportunity to benefit themselves. People will test you. People will see how much they can take. They will see if they can manipulate you, if they can push you, if they can use your kindness as a tool for their own gain. And if you do not set boundaries, if you do not have the strength to walk away, they will take and take and take until there is nothing left of you. And do you know what happens then? They will leave. They will find someone else to use. They will move on to the next person, and you will be left wondering why, after all you did, you were not enough for them to stay. But it was never about you. It was never about your worth. It was never about what you could have done differently. It was about the fact that they were never meant to stay in your life to begin with. They were never meant to receive your kindness, your love, your effort. Not everyone who comes into your life is meant to stay. Not everyone who asks for your help is worthy of receiving it. Not everyone who smiles in your face has good intentions. And if you do not recognize this, if you do not wake up to the reality of the world around you, then you will continue to be drained by people who were never meant to have access to you in the first place. There is nothing selfish about protecting your peace. There is nothing wrong with setting boundaries. There is nothing unkind about refusing to be used. It is not your responsibility to fix everyone. It is not your obligation to be available for everyone. It is not your duty to sacrifice yourself for those who do not appreciate you. And yet, so many have been convinced that if they do not do these things, they are bad people. But tell me, what kind of goodness is it that leaves you empty? What kind of kindness is it that destroys your spirit? What kind of love is it that only flows in one direction? That is not kindness. That is not love. That is manipulation. That is control. That is a system designed to keep you weak so that others may benefit from your strength. And so you must ask yourself, how much longer will you continue to allow this? How much longer will you continue to be drained? How much longer will you continue to give to those who do not value you? Because if you do not decide to change, if you do not decide to reclaim your time, your energy, your heart, then nothing will ever be different. You will continue to find yourself in the same situations, with the same people, feeling the same exhaustion, the same heartbreak, the same disappointment. The moment you begin to set boundaries, the moment you begin to say no, the moment you begin to protect your peace, you will see a change. Some people will become angry. Some people will call you selfish. Some people will accuse you of being unkind. But remember this, the only ones who will be upset by your boundaries are the ones who benefited from you not having any. The only ones who will call you unkind for saying no are the ones who were using you when you always said yes. And so you must decide. Will you continue to give to those who do not deserve it? Will you continue to sacrifice yourself for those who will never do the same for you? Will you continue to be kind to everyone, even at the cost of your own well-being? Or will you rise up? Will you recognize your worth? Will you understand that your kindness is a gift, not an obligation, and that not everyone is worthy of receiving it? Because the moment you do, the moment you finally realize that you were never meant to be used, never meant to be drained, never meant to be taken for granted, you will find peace. You will find strength. You will find the life you were always meant to have. But it starts with a decision. It starts with a choice. It starts with the realization that you were never called to be kind to everyone. The path of kindness is a noble one, but it is not meant to be walked at the expense of your own well-being. You were never called to be endlessly drained by those who take but never give, to sacrifice your peace for the comfort of others, or to continue pouring from an empty cup. True kindness is not about pleasing everyone. It is about offering yourself wisely, recognizing when to give and when to protect your heart. Not everyone deserves your time, your energy, or your love. And that's not a reflection of your goodness. It's a reflection of your wisdom. You have the right to set boundaries, to say no, and to walk away from those who seek to use you. Your kindness is a gift, not an obligation. Understand your worth, protect your peace, and remember, you are not meant to be kind to everyone.